House Democrats' case yesterday. What are you looking for today ahead of Trump's lawyer's case?
So they asked some very intriguing questions. If this is not impeachable, what is? Ted Lieu's comment, we have to worry about somebody coming back and losing if this is what they did when they lost this time. Those are questions the defense team must answer. I hope they don't rest entirely upon process, because that, the constitutionality has been settled. If we debate that once more, it'll be a waste of time. I do hope they go after, or they address, if you will, the timeline issue. I was mentioning to some of your colleagues, Quinn Hillier in the Washington Examiner, and Quinn's a very conservative fellow from Mobile, wrote about Tommy Tuberville's phone conversation. At 2:15, Senator Tuberville informed the president that the vice president had just been evacuated. So the president knew that people had invaded. They were approaching the Senate chamber, and the Secret Service felt like the vice president was in danger. About 30 minutes later, he tweeted out another tweet negatively towards the vice president, if I remember that correctly.
And that timeline, is that very concerning to you?
Well, it's just the president clearly had knowledge at that point, and then the tweet went out. Now, there's a long timeline, and some folks don't believe the timeline because it's so long. But that is a senator who probably is going to vote for acquittal, written by a conservative columnist in the Washington Examiner. So you put all that together, and it gives it special credibility. No offense to some of you liberal mags, just teasing. And so the point being that I would like both sides to address that. It's certainly the defense team. How would they explain that away if you're going to explain it away?
How many of your colleagues do you think are still keeping an open mind?
I don't know that.
Senator, what are some bipartisan questions that you have for the defense team and the impeachment managers today?
One more time?
What are some questions that you have for the defense team and or impeachment managers today?
Well, I'll know after they make their presentation, but I would like them to address that little crystallization of the entire timeline.
Senator, you said the question of the verdict and how you will vote in the impeachment trial. What is your sense about whether you personally could vote for Trump again and entrust him with the presidency after hearing all of this?
Well, let me decide if he's guilty or not.
That'll be determinative.
Yeah.
Senator, you said that we should be voting not based off of constitutionality because that's already been settled, but many of your colleagues seem to be indicating that they will vote to acquit because of the constitutionality issue. So do you think that they should be voting based off of whether it was an incitement of insurrection or not? Should they not vote to quit based on
Lindsey Graham said the night of the certification of the election that the jury has spoken. I didn't like the verdict, but I'll go with the verdict. I assume that's what you're supposed to do. You resolve an issue, then you go forward. I do note that Ted Cruz just posted something in Fox website a day or so ago saying it is constitutional. And so, he had some caveats, may not be wise, but it is constitutional. So, I can't speak for why different people decide what they do, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out on my own.
And what has been the reaction from your constituents? I mean, you've been
Mixed.
getting a lot of pushback.
Mixed. So, but many respect the fact that I'm trying to approach it objectively. Thank you.
Thank you.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quicktake now for insight in an instant.